My hair is still back. We'll laugh at that.
I like that.
Long though. This song makes me feel like a slacker in a dungeon.
I like it.
Okay.
Outlines lie and rules decay. What worked last book won't work today.
Don't forget that. What worked last book won't work today.
Don't you get what?
I don't know.
Did you do any of these lyrics or good? Yeah.
Over yet? No. No, it is. I have to bring it into Audacity and fade it out right there. Let's have to download Audacity again. Nathan, that sounds like work.
Sounds like what?
Work. My bane, my cancer, the thing I can never do. Labor. I'm gonna start fading this down too.
Say what?
I'm gonna start fading this down too. It's all over
Okay.
now.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
the lyrics too. Did you give it any prompts for lyrics? Or did you write
I did none of that. I hit a button. Okay.
well,
This is
damn good.
I hit a button. And then another in the words of our good friend Nathan, pressing buttons.
Pushing buttons, yes.
Whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all the same crap.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it.
I don't know.
It was
something,
too soft.
Tacos. Something tacos. Oh. Renee, specifically the the genres I said were rock and synthwave. So that's what that is. So neither punk but
The chat is describing my emojis. I wonder what that was.
the chat is describing your emojis.
Yeah. Where
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Hand pink waving.
right.
Yes. Okay, I thought you meant punk wave. Like the genres punk and wave, like new wave or something like that. Oh yeah.
Funny.
Oh. Okay. So I skimmed up everything I knew about um urban fantasy, and I threw them together into a little book, and I had ChatGPT do some editing because anyone who knows me knows I fucking hate punctuation. There is exactly one punctuation I give any fucks about, and it's called the space bar.
Okay.
So, like, if you ever notice, like, I'm writing in the chat, there's no punctuation
Hmm.
because that's me unedited.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
And I threw all that information together, everything I knew about it, and then I formatted it in a nice little booklet, and I sent it to Raven. And
Yeah.
she's like, "I don't know what cities are."
Well, I know what a city is.
Shut up! It's funnier if I'm more obtuse
Okay.
in your response.
All right. Well, at first I wasn't sure. I will say that. At
You,
first
you
I
can
was-
you can answer later. I'm being
And-
funny right now. Okay, you were saying. Now that I really interrupted you. Raven. Yeah.
I'm like, is he talking about like city, or is this like a, you know,
You ever watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
I watched a couple episodes.
So you know what Sunnydale is, right?
No, I don't remember what. I mean,
The place they lived.
I didn't have TV for a very long time, so
Yeah,
but I did see it.
that's a generally good policy. You should go back and watch it. It was pretty good. Um, Generally, it's you have two kinds of like contemporary fantasy. The roving psychopath that is roving around, getting into magical stuff, or the person that lives somewhere and has to deal with the consequences of them doing magic in a location.
Okay.
And that tends to be more the urban fantasy. So, like, if you ever get around to reading or listening to the Dresden Files, or
Yes,
even
I have. I've started it and I like it. It's
or
very, very
even
interesting.
watching the crappy TV show, um,
The crappy TV show.
yes,
They.
it's in our conversation. You can go back and look for it.
Oh, okay.
Um, it's up there though because it's been like a
Okay.
month. The city of Chicago plays a big part in
Yeah.
that book series. Now, it's not in every book, but it's in, like all but one or two or something like that, or parts of a book here or there. I know one book ends in Mexico right after he kills a vampire count. Yeah,
Ah.
yeah.
Well, I like.
Spoilers. Very like in the book where he's going after the vampire count, he wins that, but it's still bloody. So read.
Okay.
And trust me, his victory is not clean.
So are all of those books about this wizard?
The Dresden books are about like he's the main character, right?
Okay, so they're all a continuation of his story in different. Okay, that's what I was asking.
And they build, right? So like the consequences of his actions in book one carry out through later books.
Okay.
But what that means is like if the importance of the titular city, and it could be a small town, right? It depends on how big of a scope you want to put on your organizations.
It gave me a few ideas. Um, I hadn't really thought. I kind of loosely, when I started my story, thought about somewhere maybe New England, and now I'm thinking that maybe Salem would be a good place to.
it could be anywhere. It could be your own hometown there. Not the outskirts you live in, but the one you have to drive in to get to the Dunkin' Donuts. Uh,
Well, by having it be someplace, everybody, its reputation precedes itself.
hmm hmm
It might actually help the story.
You'd think, but people really don't care as long as you've got the. It's the people you put in the story that's more important.
Yeah, and it would be easy to put all kinds of people in the story with it
Yeah.
being there that are
Well, you mentioned a guy on Nathan's show the other day. Something D. James
John D.
John. Is it
John
John?
D. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Spelled Dee.
D-E-E. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Queen Elizabeth's right
Uh,
hand man, and
yeah.
he was
He
also
was he was an alchemicalist,
uh,
and like he was on the cutting edge of science as it was falling out of mysticism.
yeah,
But then he got onto the wrong side of the church, and he became a
yeah.
um, person non grata, or whatever that saying
Well, he
is.
was also a spy,
Yeah,
and so he gets hooked up with this other guy. What was his name? And they start doing a whole. They did a whole grimoire of magic, and they were
yeah.
convinced they were talking to angels, and they created all these sigils and had all these
They
elaborate
they invented the
ceremonies.
language of Enochian.
Yes, exactly. And then they started doing wife swapping, and then that's when shit got really weird.
Yeah. Well, sex magic does play in the Dresden books in that first one. There's some sex magic going on. I think it's in that one. Um,
Well, it's been
it's
very
bad guy
prominent throughout
magic, right?
history.
Um,
No, no, not necessarily, not
no,
necessarily. But what it does is it
in that
raises
book,
the
in,
the
in that book,
kundalini.
it's bad guy magic.
Oh, but
Um,
it's not always
because the
bad.
bad guys are doing it, right?
You can use it to increase your fertility if you're trying to conceive a child,
Yeah,
and it's not going to be a demonic child. I mean, it's
I think
you can use anything for good or bad. I've found
yeah.
literally.
Well, nonetheless, the point I was getting at is you could easily have that guy be like the pseudo immortal cult leader of some, you know, like
Who John
if you
D?
yeah, like if you want to play on that, you use like the cult of John D, and there's like periodically they have a
Oh yeah,
guy
that would
who's pseudo possessed by his spirit, and you know,
interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting
uh, I'm just
take
like
on it.
you can take that stuff and just kind of twist it into whatever fits into your story and it works, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, he was an interesting dude.
Yeah.
Very interesting dude. He had a black scrying mirror made out of a single piece of obsidian. He used quite extensively, and yeah, to conjure up a storm that sinks the Spanish Armada. He's a damn good magician, alchemist, wizard type. Uh, yeah, that was a miracle. It was really
If story is true.
huh?
If story is true.
I do believe it is
Yeah,
because
well,
I mean you can conjure
Raven.
with the aid of your like spirits that you work with.
I
'Cause
I
they
was
do a lot of the heavy work behind the scenes, and you see the outcome, and all you do really is petition them.
Raven. I was just listening to that theme song I had Suno generate before I shut it off and you got on here.
Uh,
And how it was like saying question everything.
Yeah.
And I've learned one thing about that theme song and your personality is that they're the exact opposite because you question nothing.
I question everything. I
You
do.
question nothing.
I question everything. No,
Nothing.
You're
If I,
wrong.
if,
You're
if
wrong
I
about
told
that.
you the
Tell
sky
him,
was made
Renee.
out of maple syrup and the ground was chocolate, you would believe
Renee has known me for years. Tell him, Renee.
it. Renee, have you
He's
ever
wrong.
seen
I
Raven talk
question
about
him.
something she did not believe in?
I don't believe. I don't believe in a lot of things.
But not one can come to mind.
You don't believe in anything,
That's
and
because I question everything.
no. Well,
See, the difference between our attitudes is I question everything. You
no,
question
no.
nothing.
The difference is you have a closed mind and a predisposition to whatever it
To
is. I have
question
an
everything.
open mind and I look at all of the information in front of me and then decide. You,
See, she's believing stuff right now.
I have an open mind. You have a closed mind. I used to call myself the open-minded skeptic until I realized that even what people call skepticism is they've already decided, and you can present them with no amount of evidence that's going to change their position on that. They're firm and their minds are shut to anything new and open, just kind of like academia is right now. They have all of their
Academia is open to many new ideas if it's got to deal with
no, they don't put it in. They
genitalia
don't
or
add the
something.
new discoveries and all the new stuff in the curriculum. A lot of them don't, especially if
Well,
they're brand new and questionable.
Usually that's got more to do with the printing houses being slow and expensive.
But you can self-print these days.
Yes, but academia doesn't because it's dumb.
No, academia doesn't because they get orders handed down from
No,
the Rockefeller. No, because the Rockefellers have
no,
had
Raven,
hand in
no,
education from the beginning.
no, Raven, no, Raven.
Yes.
If they self-printed textbooks, they would be $35. And if they're $35, they can't justify charging $250 for them at the college bookstore.
The curriculums are determined by the Rockefellers.
No, Raven.
Do your homework. You'll find.
I know a lot about this subject, Raven.
And Carnegie's had a little hand in that too, but they're kind of out.
Yeah, like 150 years ago.
Well, it's not changed.
As far as you're concerned,
That's why our whole medical system is so screwed up because all they do is treat symptoms. They don't go to the root of the problem. They are closed-minded to any of the Eastern remedies.
It's got nothing to do with Eastern remedies,
yeah, it
Raven.
does. Because they put big pharma out of business, and big pharma is big money.
Trust me, Eastern medicine would not put big pharma out of business.
Yes, it would, because it would go to the root cause of the symptom, not just treat the symptoms, which is all our stuff does.
Okay,
I've heard doctors speak on this.
Yeah,
Northrop is one. Google her. She is very accredited. She's got all the degrees and doctorates and diplomas on her back wall, and she says the same thing. So
yeah. So did what was the lawyer from The Simpsons? He had all the degrees too.
Simpsons, the cartoon.
That
you can't give me any real life example, can you?
I'm just yes, I can. What was that guy that was hawking the horse dewormer? He had all kinds of degrees.
Oh, ivermectin.
Yeah. We call it horse. We call it horse dewormer around here. No, the study that guy was hawking was fraudulent, and it got pulled down because of it. But he kept running with it after it got pulled
because of it.
Yes, it did.
Down because it fucked with the agenda of the whole purpose of the COVID.
No, Raven. Because the guy that pulled it down was the guy that authored it when it was pointed out to them. One of his data sets
was probably threatened.
No,
on pain of death.
No, Raven. That's conspiratorial stuff.
Yeah,
you are not questioning the weird with given data. I gave you that video with Dr. or Professor whatever. It's in our conversation. They had the debate with that guy that was hawking the horse dewormer and another guy, and it's like all the studies he had were out of date or wrong, and then whenever you'd be like, but why doesn't the system do this? And it's like, but the system did do that. You just don't actually do the research. You're too busy selling horse dewormers to easily gullible people who put poison into their body. And the problem is, overtaking ivermectin can do more harm to you than COVID could.
Well, yeah, if you take too much of anything.
Yeah,
it's
and
gonna
they
do
were
harm.
encouraging
If you eat
people
too
to
much
do that.
butter, it's going to do you harm.
Yeah,
I
yes,
mean,
but no, they were encouraging people to take ivermectin at levels where it could do harm.
I can't speak to that because I don't know.
Yeah, most people don't because they hear it's a counter narrative thing and they just go along with it because, well, the man's always lying to me. Yeah, the man's always lying to you.
Well, my mother's
the-
doctor prescribed her some.
It was a placebo effect because it had no effect on COVID whatsoever. That was like the studies looked into the one that was put out there originally. There were plenty of them, but we don't look at those because they don't give the narrative we want. You know,
What is your stance on COVID?
my stance on COVID is that it was highly overblown and it killed a bunch of people as well, but we're not allowed to look at that because of made up crap on the right.
Okay. Well,
And it would have been a lot better if crazy people on both sides hadn't used it for political or financial gain.
do you realize that that was a created?
Yeah, I knew I'm the one that told you that, Raven.
No, I already knew that.
No, because I
already
told
knew
you
that.
like 3 years ago.
No, I looked into it and did a radio show about it and found that it was patented in Spain.
No, okay, see, that's where you get into the crazy shit because that's not real.
That is real.
No, Israel does have something to do with it.
It was patented in Spain.
No,
And Bill Gates' name is on it. His signature is on it. And this is before the lockdowns and the masks and stuff
yeah.
came heavy into the United States. It was right before all of that.
Yeah, because remember it was originally
And
called
basically what they
Corona.
were doing at that point was just taking the numbers of pneumonia and flu.
Okay, so that's not how they're
CDC.
numbered, Raven. That's not how they're numbered.
You're not listening to me. I didn't get to finish.
Yeah.
CDC tracks how many cases there are of flu and
Yeah.
whatever, and they were just bumping up the numbers of the COVID at first. There'd be
Yeah.
rather than if you looked in previous years, you'd see 500 cases here in this
Okay.
state, and there'd be like two.
There
and
were
all the rest of them got moved over under the.
there were a
COVID
bunch
column.
of hospitals that got caught juicing the numbers because they were getting
They were getting kickbacks. Now, why is
they
it?
were getting state or provincial or federal government boosts for the cost of
Money. They were getting
It
cash
was money.
for money.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you
But
suppose
that's
that
a separate?
is?
That's a separate. Why? Because it was
No,
expensive
you had
to deal
look
with.
at that as evidence here.
No. I didn't say I didn't know. I said it was obvious because they were getting that money for the number of cases because it was expensive to deal with. So
They
the
were
bean
getting
counters,
kickbacks
the
for
bean
every
counters.
diagnosis, and
Yes,
the
but
morticians were too.
that doesn't mean because we've got one group of people doing grifting. That doesn't mean the other people aren't also doing grifting.
All the hospitals were doing this grifting thing. They had nurses,
A lot of
that
them.
were traveling nurses. Well, why do you think that did you see all the TikTok videos of all the nurses and so forth doing all these dance videos and shit? I mean,
Yeah.
to empty hallways, no
Well,
patients, but yet, oh yeah, it's a
Well-
pandemic. Yeah.
Raven, because they were in the sections of the hospital for staff. They weren't in the sections for. No, I'm as a person who's been through back
I
ends
went
of
to the
hospitals.
St. Louis hospital during the whole COVID thing, and those halls were empty. The whole place was empty. The parking lot was. We got a front row parking spot. I mean, there's nobody there. I had to take my friend Glenn to go to the hospital get his thing that he had to do for his foot, whatever. And anyway, yeah, I mean, it was like, what the hell? It was like a ghost town.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the middle of the afternoon.
People did die.
Anyway,
Oh.
the morticians pulling all the weird shit out of the bodies, the clogging.
Oh,
I mean,
Raven.
they're on record. In fact, I just saw a new interview last
Raven.
month about these two morticians finally are coming forward about all the cases that they saw of this weird stuff.
Oh.
Normally, they drain the blood from the corpse out of the jugular vein. They hook it up to
The jugular vein? Is that with the balls and the little?
No, it's up in here. There's a medical term for it, but we call it the jugular vein.
No, we don't call it the jugular vein. Jugglers have balls. They throw them in the air.
No, it's spelled differently.
It's pronounced differently too.
Anyway, it's the main.
No, it's the jugular vein now. It's got balls.
It is a jugular vein, but anyway, whatever. We don't need to argue about this, but anyway, probably get flagged.
No, you don't get flagged for talking about COVID.
Well, people did for a while.
Did is not the same as do, Raven.
I don't know if it's still how much of that. I mean, I see websites all the time.
Yeah,
Videos
websites.
They're afraid to say.
Yeah, people fearmonger.
Well, yeah, I know they do.
Just like that AI account I told you about on Saturday before Nathan's show. I looked that guy up. He had like 7 different channels hawking the same thing.
Same guy?
Well, first of all, it wasn't a real guy.
Well, I mean, same person had 7 channels that were
with the same video.
Yeah, I saw where you said you there were 7 other channels screaming the same thing, but I didn't know it's all same person behind those 7 channels.
Well, usually it is the same person when they have like the same video. And I don't mean like the same content. I mean the same uploaded video. That's a telltale scam.
Okay.
Back when the AI photo caption of people was not as good as it is now, like 2-3 years ago, they did the same thing with Elon Musk and Bitcoin, where you would get a video of Elon Musk, but the voice was off.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, I've got a great deal on Bitcoin. Just buy some Bitcoin from this link in the description now, and you'll buy some Bitcoin. I know what I'm doing. I'm Elon Musk, don't you know? And those caption things have gotten a lot better now. There was one they were showing off on Twitter the other day of an Indian guy moving around and moving his face around, and there was like a blonde chick doing the exact same thing as he was doing it. The only problem is the blonde chick wasn't real.
Okay. Right.
So, that's why I said in Nathan's show in the comments, OnlyFans is now just a bunch of Indian guys. Because OnlyFans is, with the women that take the clothes off.
Yeah. That's that website you can get. Okay.
Yeah. So now it's just a bunch of Indian guys with the face mask and the AI looking like... Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we should get back to the thing that I sent you. How much of it did you read? It was 40 pages, and I put it in pocketbooks. So
I
small
got
pages.
to page 15.
Slacker.
And then skipped around.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure why.
I just figured you didn't quite understand what I was talking about when I was saying.
No, I didn't. And then
urban fantasy.
Was kind of even more confused. So I just started listening to the Dresden.
That's a good policy.
Because I'm like, okay, well, how? So I should announce the city somewhere close to the beginning, maybe like what he did, that he's in Chicago.
Yeah. Like you're on your first draft, so you just don't worry about it until, just think of locations you'd go to. right? Like so
But
there
then it
was a
sounds really complex.
what?
It got really complex really fast. About then think about how the city, uh, needs this character and what the consequences are if this character does not do anything,
Yeah.
and how the
So
city is going to react to that. And I'm thinking,
well, obviously not the city directly, but like what would because the city is not an entity
like
onto of
almost like the
itself.
Matrix. Yeah, how is
Yeah,
life going
it's
to?
how would life change, right? Like so you got to think of it like what's that line? Oh, it's yes and no but. Do you know what the yes and no but is? Okay, so yes. Okay, you have this thing your character wants to do, right?
Right.
You've decided your character is going to do this thing. So you've got to ask yourself as the writer, is it yes, the character is going to be successful at this thing, but this is going to be an unexpected consequence of it? Or no, the character isn't going to be successful at this thing, but this other door opens up in potentiality, right? This allows you
Okay.
to move through a story because everything you do has a consequence or result.
Right.
Um, so, say it's the beginning of your story, and your character finds out about the titular werewolf attack, because I always use this example. Um, as you notice, I always use the werewolf attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't because it doesn't fucking matter what it is, right? It could be a vampire, it could be a witch, it could be an elder god, it could be a snot monster, but we use the werewolf attack. Your character finds out about a werewolf attack and decides to do the morally good thing and put the werewolf down. So your character now has to start investigating who the werewolf is or whatever. This leads you down the promise of hunting a werewolf as your story. So this is a yes, but it's going to lead to this other consequence because now you have to deal with a werewolf. Um, or you could say no, but the result is more people are going to get mauled by a werewolf. Like you say yes, do the moral thing, and hopefully less people die. Say no, and the corpses start piling up.
I was always taught to be very careful of the word but, because when you are speaking in a sentence and you say then but, it usually negates everything that comes before it.
It's welcome to the English language. Words have contextual meaning. It's why we have the most complex and easily descriptive language on the planet. It also means your ass.
Yeah, I was going to go there, but I thought, no,
This is this show. You go there
I'll let you do that.
because it's funnier that
You're,
way.
you're the resident
Crude ass.
degenerate, so I'll just let you.
Oh,
I don't want to be accused of stealing your lines.
We've established that I am not the degenerate. You are.
I am not.
You're the one that insists on reading that crap out loud. I gotta get the mic close so you can actually hear me clearly. Oh,
What are you drinking in that cup?
patented old-fashioned water
Oh, okay. Well, that's healthy. That's good.
for this round. Maybe
What's
not the
this
next
round?
round. The next round might be. Look at this. Look at this. I've become a lush.
Aha! Smirnoff? Is that what that is?
Well, no, but
Yep.
my last bottle lasted me a year and a half. This one, 10 days old.
There you go. I don't know. Am I having a bad influence on you?
Yes, you are. Also, that stuff is a lot smoother than Absolute.
Oh, damn it.
What?
I just ripped it. I just been so careful. I'm rolling cigarettes because I didn't have time to go get some before the show. And I just ripped the whole damn thing. And I finally had it packed down tight towards the filter end. It's such a.
That's what tape is for.
Well, I tape them if they're close to the bottom down here. Not this far up. It's just not.
No chance.
Back to the
Oh.
drawing board.
Okay. I should put that document on the Discord for anyone to
Yeah.
grab.
Yeah.
I wanted to make some refinements because obviously, if the city part is not clear, maybe it needs to be clarified.
Yeah. That way Renee can see it too.
Yeah.
And I like how at the beginning under let me see, let me put, I did have it up here until I had to reset my damn computer. Where you say something about if anything in here is suck it.
Oh yeah. During the because I used Readsy to format the thing, right?
I don't think I think Justin actually wrote this. That's what I'm like. Oh, this wasn't just
Yeah.
AI generated. Obviously, he did write this. Okay, made it much more interesting.
That was literally in the so the cover
beginning.
art that I made, elements of it were made by AI, and I positioned them, and
Yeah.
then my editing.
And if you don't
right?
like it, suck it or something. Like
Yeah,
that.
and then my editing was done by AI,
Yeah.
because it was just a slap together proof of concept, right?
Yeah.
So that I put that in there because it gives you Readsy is a formatting tool. You can write in it.
I downloaded that.
Yeah, well, it's a browser thing, so you have an account for it. And you really should take the things you've handwritten and type them up in a thing, and
Yeah.
send them to me, so I can laugh at them like you laugh at my erotica.
I think your erotica is good. So
Yeah.
I'm not making fun of you.
You're making fun of me.
I'm
Call
not
me a
making fun of you.
degenerate.
I'm complimenting you.
You call me a degenerate. You hurt my feelings.
You called yourself a degenerate. That's what
Shush.
I didn't give you that name. You gave yourself
Shush.
that
That's
name.
besides the point. Yeah. At the beginning, it has a bunch of generalized, legally recognized statements for protecting your ass. Like if you
Yeah.
mention if you mention Coca-Cola or Jack Beam in your book, you just put the one for brand names and properties don't belong to me, so fuck the fuck off. But done up in proper
Oh, do people
language.
really, like if you wrote in your story that your character stopped for a Coca-Cola somewhere, that you can get
you
in
wouldn't
trouble?
have you wouldn't for the most part, but there are always brands out there that are litigious just for the sake of it. So they have that warning there, just in case you want to cover your ass.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah, it's just a toggle switch. Like, I'll pull up.
So you shouldn't like use if your character is going out for pizza, you don't want to say any specific place unless you have that warning.
Well, you can, but like if you want to cover your ass.
Well, what can they do to you? What's the worst case scenario? Send you a fine?
They can send you a cease and desist, and then you either put that warning in your book or change the name of the thing.
I would think they would fall under free advertising and they should be grateful.
You never know what asshole in the legal department of some company says, hey, let's try and get $12 out of somebody.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah. Especially if it's a slow month, huh?
Yeah. I gotta come back over to here.
That is so crazy that
it's
like these drug companies. Now here, this tells you something right off the bat. How these drug companies have a full-time legal department, not just a lawyer on retainer somewhere. No, they
Yeah.
have an in-house
Oh,
legal department because there are so many lawsuits filed
yeah.
over these medications.
Most big companies like Hollywood studios, same thing. They have their own in-house legal department. Um, but
That's scary, though.
um,
These are the drugs they're prescribing and giving to you, and they're going to be
yeah.
held harmless if you grow a third arm or some shit from taking it,
Well, that's not going to happen.
or
But
die, or go
well,
blind or
that's more
whatever.
likely to
You
happen.
know what I mean?
Uh,
But they're not
yeah.
going to be
Well,
able to be held responsible for it, and they have that just is wrong.
yes, I know, but
The whole oath of the doctors have to take, at graduation,
that's bunk.
not do any harm.
Yeah, but Raven, on the topic of the show.
Oh yeah. Anyway, okay,
You,
so
you,
be
you got your
careful
own
about
pro rules.
using name brand stuff in
Well,
your
no,
clothes.
you
Okay,
don't
so
have to be.
idiot wants to fucking sue you over it.
Stop. You don't have to be worried about it. That's the point. The specific, if I remember correctly, this specific clause comes from movies because the movies were getting sued for having people with a Coke or whatever walking down the street. So that they created that, and the publishing industry said, we're just gonna pick this up and put it in that legal section at the beginning of books as well, because it's better to cover your ass than not cover your ass.
Right.
You know? Um, so I am going to bring this up. Is it this one? Yes. Here. Can you see this? So when you open up Readsy, right, you see I've got like a template document here. In the copyright section, it has this here. You can put your name in. The first edition will pop up automatically. You can change it if you've. So in self-publishing, you don't really worry about editions because the way print on demand works, right? So the way things used to work would be if you published a book and maybe like 5 years later, uh, they've finished the print run sell out. So you do a reprinting, you wouldn't call that a new edition. But if you changed a certain amount, like I think it's 10% of the contents of the book through plot holes being plugged in, or spelling mistakes, or you added art or something like that. Like sometimes they do like chapter heading art. You would
Mm-hmm.
call that a new edition. You'd change that, but in self-publishing, you don't have to worry about that. ISBN numbers. If you're publishing on Amazon, you don't have to worry about it. It's a marketing thing, but you do have to have a unique one for each of the formats. If you do
Okay.
decide
Who gives you an ISBN number?
you as an American would have to buy them from a company called Bulker, which is a, a, a government company. It's set up like a full-on company, but it's owned by the U.S. government,
Okay.
and I think they also own the one for Australia, or they're tied together somehow, and that is the international standard batching number or something like that. It doesn't. You don't actually need it. It just helps in marketing,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Like you notice on any book you own published after the 70s, it has the barcode on the back, and there's that
Yeah.
that number at the top of the barcode. That's
Mm-hmm.
that number. But if you're self-publishing on Amazon, you don't need it. They just give you an ASON number for free if you don't have one. An ASON is their internal routing number.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Obviously,
But having it be an ISBN number, then it makes it searchable on Google, not just Amazon, right?
you can search an ISBN number on Google. It's more for bookstores being able to find your book to put it on their shelves.
Okay. Yeah.
And libraries to do
Mm-hmm.
that, but obviously you can add it to your book later on, right? Like if you put your book out on Amazon and it's sitting there for 3 or 4 years and it's finally making enough money that you can care about it, right? You can just go and buy the ASON number for the paperback because you need one for the paperback, the hardcover, or not the sorry, the ISBN number, the paperback, the hardcover, the PDF, the EPUB, the Kindle, right? You need one for every format. Um, Usually, you would only give a shit about the paperback and hardcover. The others are just a waste of money. The audio book would need one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Okay.
it's not just for books; it's for all kinds of media. So technically, CDs have ISBN numbers.
Right.
Um, it's just relevant. If you have a publishing house, you put the name in here. If you have a logo, you put it in there. Collaborators, right? You can put in like so. If we co-wrote a book together, you could put my name here if you were the one doing it, and put it like whatever co-author or whatever.
Okay.
Um, and then here we get to the. I don't know if you can see this. You can make that out. I'm gonna close the chat down for a bit. Um,
There, that's better.
yeah, and I might be able to. I don't think it matters. Um, so like you can just toggle these on and off. You know that they're standard form stuff. So all rights reserved, and then it's just a standard. All rights are reserved, and it automatically puts your name in there if it requires it. Um, the this novel is a fiction or whatever. So the fiction one is like you might want to put this if you're doing like a real place. It doesn't matter because you can't copyright the name of a place or something. But like if you are sitting at the coffee shop and you see a person and you know their name and you start like knocking off things they do and use their name in your book, it's totally a fictitious character, bro. Um, you'd put that down there so somebody can't say you stole their life story.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then uh, this one you always want to have on the moral rights. Um, it's like this is my book, so you can't sue me for it being my book or
Mhm.
reproduce it or anything like that. I reserve the rights to my work permanently. Because you
Okay.
can sell the rights to your work as well, right? So
Yeah, I've heard
someone could then claim you sold them the rights when you didn't
they do that a
because
lot in the music business.
yeah. um then I think this is the third party urls, right? So if you were writing like a
He has no responsibility.
yeah um so if you were writing a book that was like a deep dive on some subject matter. So you're writing a book on Bigfoot and you reference a bunch of Bigfoot websites.
Hmm.
You could put the URL, the website address, directly in the book
Hmm.
for people to either type in on their computer, or if they have the ebook, they can just like click it on their computer and it would take you directly
That website.
to that website. This just says you have no responsibility to keep them updated, right?
Oh, gotcha.
So
Okay.
you know
Yeah.
you release the book and like 6 years from now half those websites don't exist anymore. Yeah, it's not my fault.
Yeah. Not your fault. Right.
Yeah. And then this one is the the copyright one, I think. uh Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
It's the last one that cracks me up. I can't remember.
okay,
It's also the
so
I
so
don't like it. Suck it.
this one here, um, this one here is actually uh, cut. Right, it's actually blank. Right, this one here is actually blank, and you can write whatever the fuck you want in there.
No,
Yeah, so
that wasn't pre-worded. If you
that
don't
wasn't
like it,
pre-worded.
suck it.
That's also why you notice there's no punctuation. Put that period there.
It's funny.
Oh,
Okay.
so yeah, I'm gonna. Should I go back to the document?
Do you go back? What?
To the actual document? Like, so this is the copyright section, and there's the table of contents. You can there's like a bunch of stuff in here you can add. Like
Mm,
if you want to add like a forward or a description or anything like
hmm.
that, you can just add them in instead.
Okay.
The copyright and table of contents are locked in, I think. So, oh no, you can shut off the table of contents. The copyright thing is locked in. You can't disable it. Um, yeah, and then you can just go in and write whatever the fuck you want. Right, like so. When you read this section, this is the section which I just threw in the formatting or the layout
Mm-hmm.
that I've been working on, just
Hmm.
so like you can throw that right in the garbage if you want to, right? But it gives you an idea of how to place things out in a relatively competent way.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Um,
saw that.
so you're not like bashing your head against the wall in your first fucking draft. Um, and basically, this is I read a bunch of different writing books and I distilled them down into the dumbest possible fucking layout I could. I'll be fully honest with you that's all it is. Is I took everything I've been seeing and just said, okay, I'm gonna make that simpler, and then I'm gonna make that simpler, and then I'm gonna make it even simpler.
So you distilled it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
down to the like I wanted to take the very easy writing technique stuff that I've seen around and make it so a fourth grader could understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically my goal with that structure, the 44144 thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I wondered
I
what
think
the
this
numbers stood for.
um, four chapters, four chapters, one pivotal twist chapter, and then
Okay.
four chapters, and then four chapters.
Gotcha.
Because usually when you do like the 3 act structure, the most common one, it's a quarter of the book is the opening ramp up, then 50% of it is the center meat, and then a quarter of it is the resolution curve.
Mm-hmm.
um so that's why it's 4 and 4, and then like the midpoint revelation or twist or whatever the thing that causes your hero to go, what I've been doing so far is getting me in the direction but not actually closer to the goal, right? Like, oh, I need silver bullets to fight a werewolf,
Yeah. Yeah.
eureka. Or it's not even a freaking werewolf I'm hunting, it's actually a vampire, who knew?
Or a hybrid of both.
Or a freaking hybrid. And
Yeah.
if that hybrid involves me getting to hang out with a 20-something-year-old Kate Beckinsale, I'm all down with that.
Do you know they used to cut off the heads in the grave of suspected vampires and put a brick in their mouth? They started unearthing all these graves, and it's so creepy to see this skeleton with the jaw. And some of them, well, after a while, they decompose to the point where the jaw becomes unhinged anyway. But yeah, all these bricks in their mouth and shit. It's like I always get that image.
Yeah. Because when you were up to no good and you were a female back in the day, they called you a witch. But when you were up to no good and male back in the day, they called you a werewolf or a vampire.
Or a warlock. But they're
Or a
male
warlock.
witches too.
Yes, but that was not like those were not the usual, curses against you or justifications for a pitchfork.
Yeah.
That's why I always.
Well, they always blamed the women because that was easier anyway.
No.
And they
No, Raven. Everyone got blamed equally. It's just that feminism tells us they only blamed women. Because
the whole patriarchal.
You see, that is bullshit sexism.
No, it isn't bullshit.
It is bullshit sexism. Because we didn't get called witches doesn't mean we didn't get called things. Just told you we got called werewolves and vampires.
Those are two different things. But anyway.
Yes, but the result was a pitchfork and a fucking noose and buried alive. How many times you been tied to a stake and burned for being a werewolf, huh? You got witched.
Not burned for being a werewolf, but I can tell you, I do believe I was burned at the stake once.
Burned for being a witch. Yeah. At least you got the water test to see if you would not drown or whatever. Maybe you could have gotten out of that one. No one gets out of being called a fucking vampire. You get a stake in the heart or else.
Well, they got to find you in your coffin first.
No, it's just a guy. You're just a normal guy being accused of being a vampire, and you need to get staked for that. We should do some writing though. It's been an hour.
Yeah.
But first, I'm going to eat one of these.
I still can't get this damn. Damn it.
You know what you need to do, Raven? You need to become a fine English gentleman and take up a pipe.
Well, that's an idea. What the hell is wrong with it? Oh, it's all jammed now. Oh God, this is so hard. It's just such a big ass damn thing.
Cigarettes are for losers.
Now let's see if I got it. Well, no, it's shit. Now it's only half full. Oh, this is why I gave it up a year ago.
So you twist off the rest and light it and just have half a cigarette.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. It's ridiculous. It's fucking, I even got the whole thing here. It's supposed to make it easy. You stick this thing in the end and then you slide this thing back. And it's just fucking, I don't know how the hell you do that. Did it in like 2 seconds. Of course, he'd had many more years of practice than me, but yeah, I don't know how the hell.
And a crack pipe.
You didn't even have to look at it, really. He just stare straight forward and just do it. I can't do that. It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway.
I tell you, for the cost of one of those bags of blank cigarettes, you can buy yourself a nice pipe. You sprinkle a little tobacco on the top, you tap it down, you light it, and
yeah, I could do that. I have a couple of my grandpa's old pipes around here somewhere in a box. He had this really good pipe smoke too. It was like cherry. It smelled like cherry.
You should find that pipe smoke.
I think, yeah, I've got.
Tasted like cherries too.
We'll see. This is pipe smoke right here.
Yeah,
it's
the same smoke. But no. Once you switch over to the pipe, you get to spend more time looking at the nicer tobaccos.
Oh, well, yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is when it goes from being an addiction to being a bougie hobby.
What kind of hobby?
Bougie.
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 I've never heard of that. That
You
sounds
know?
kind of classy. All right. Okay.
You
Bougie.
look up bougie later.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
How you spell it?
No fucking idea.
Bougie.
Let's ask
Is it
ChatGPT.
a French word? Bougie.
How,
Bougie.
how do you spell bougie?
Bou's.
G
I don't know.
I E?
SH. I don't know.
No. It's Bougie.
Oh.
Define.
Here we go. Hi, sweetie. B-O.
I'm asking ChatGPT.
Okay. What was it again? Bougie.
IE.
GIE. Okay. Okay. Exhibiting qualities attributed to the middle class, especially pretentiousness or conventionality. Oh, pretentious. I like that word. I can be a bit pretentious. Yeah. The candle example, the candlelit cocktail party was pretty bougie. Okay.
It's short for bourgeoisie.
Bourgeoisie. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was French. Okay.
Yeah.
Bougie. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I learned a new word today. How cool. I love
Yeah.
that.
Usually people who are bougie are good.
Are good, you say?
Aren't.
Aren't good? Well,
The example ChatGPT used was someone who spent $12 for a piece of toast.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would not be me, but
But you could be spending $12 on your fancy tobacco for your pipe.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Could spend. I like that.
You gotta go to the tobacco store. Where they got
That's where I go to get this.
tobaccos.
Yeah. Yep. Indeed. And it's so frustrating and time consuming. That's why I just kind of gave up for a long time. I went back to cigarettes because it's like, who's got time to sit here and mess with? You see how long it's been?
Yeah.
I've been messing with this, trying
Yeah.
to get a cigarette rolled, right?
Yeah, I
Might
tell
as
you,
well quit. It takes too damn long.
you know what you do with your pipe? You put some tobacco in the end, you tap it down, you get good, you do it with one finger instead of the tapping thing.
I'm liking this pipe idea. I'm going to do that right after the show. I'm going to go look for Grandpa's pipes. I know they're around here somewhere.
Then the trick is to tilt it a little bit to light the thing, but you get a hang of that. Maybe you've used a crack pipe in your day. I don't know. you can figure it out. Then you puff on it. You don't inhale. You puff on it.
Right.
So you got to remember to put a little bit of air back into the pipe. It's a thing you'll learn. But
I remember watching him smoke.
Yeah.
There with him.
And then instead of buying like packs of cigarettes or your sleeves, you go to the dollar store and you buy some pipe cleaners.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to get your pipe cleaners.
Yeah.
Once in a while, you get in there and you just ram the pipe cleaner down the thing because you got to pull that resin out of there. You're going to have tobacco resin.
Yeah.
And you don't want that because eventually you get the black lung from it.
You know an awful lot about this. How come?
I'm a bougie motherfucker.
Do you have a pipe?
Somewhere.
Okay. Just curious. Yeah, both my grandfathers smoked, and my other grandfather smoked cigarettes, but he rolled his own, and he had a whole different kind of rolling machine than what this little contraption right here is.
Yeah.
I used to sit there and roll with him on Saturday nights.
You can probably still get that contraption.
I really wish my other cousin took it when Grandpa passed away. I kind of wanted it.
No, I mean like you could find it online and buy one.
Oh, not like his. His was big and it was cool. And it was totally different than any I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
And it was just easy. And well, a child could do
My,
it. Yes, because
my
I was a
friend
child at the time. So,
my friend my mom's friend Vanessa had one where it had like a hopper for tobacco
hmm
and a hopper for the cases. As long as they were all aligned the right way, when you put them in, you just pull the
easy.
lever and the full cigarette would pop out the other end.
Yeah, yeah.
Occasionally, you get the crushed case. You'd have to do with one of those, but
That's like what the one Grandpa had. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It was fun. So
Well,
then the time I decided to try a cigarette that we had rolled, they went to the following morning. I always spent Saturday nights with my grandparents. Okay, so they went to 8 o'clock mass this Sunday morning, and I had to go to some Sunday school thing or whatever. I was in junior high, and so I had to go at 10 o'clock. So I didn't go with them to 8 o'clock mass. So I got an hour by myself, unsupervised. Right? I'm like, I'm going to try one of these cigarettes. What the hell? Oh my god! I about threw up.
you're
But
all green.
oh man! But the buzz was incredible prior to the nauseousness, and so I'm like,
Permanently alters your brain chemistry.
and so
Did you know that?
no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I would be surprised. Well, so anyway,
It's like it hits the same dopamine responses as going down the descent on a roller coaster.
oh,
Yeah.
interesting. That is interesting. I never heard that before. Well, um, they didn't notice anything when they came back because Grandpa smoked in the house all the time. Well, the problem was then when I took one home because I figured I kind of like this buzz thing prior to the nauseousness. So I take one home with me and I put it in my top little bedstand drawer right next to my bed, and
Yeah.
mom leaves to go to the grocery store
And
and
you
I
light it up.
get out and I light it up and I take about 2 puffs on it. The world starts spinning and I'm, enjoying myself. And so then I just take some air freshener and just kind of spray it around my room. I didn't realize just how pungent that smell is. And she came home. Oh God. And then she found the cigarette because I didn't smoke it all, of course. Took 2 puffs, put it out, put it back in my drawer. And oh my God, I got in so much trouble. And then they called grandma and grandpa and my mom was mad at my grandpa because he let me roll and thought he was a bad influence because I rolled cigarettes with him, it's just like, no. And my mom was just, well, about my mom. We don't get along at all.
Everyone's responsible except for the person who did the thing.
Yeah. I got grounded. Oh, I was
Yeah.
always grounded.
Oh,
I've been
it's
grounded for life so many times that I'm screwed the next, if reincarnation is real, I'm screwed for the next 20, 40 lifetimes at least. At least. That's a conservative figure.
yeah.
So what the hell? So which is what fueled I had to put this in with my character. Where my character has this because I got a chip on my shoulder. I know I do from all that. But see,
Yeah. That's good. Throw that into the character and make it something that fucks them up periodically.
yeah, like
You
it does
know?
me. Because I mean, I got to the point where like I got grounded for having a bad attitude one time. That's all she could get on me was having a bad. Well, show me a teenager that doesn't have a rotten attitude occasionally. Come
Yeah.
on. I got
No.
straight A's, but that wasn't good enough. I was in band, that wasn't good enough. I did her piano, did a damn ballet, and all this other stuff. And then I got grounded for a bad attitude. I said, you know what? Fuck this. So I quit ballet. I quit the piano. I quit the band. I quit all of that shit. And
Yeah.
joined a rock band. Go ahead and ground me. I don't care anymore. Then I started smoking cigarettes openly. The
Yeah.
problem was when the zigzag papers got left in the couch. Well, that's a story for another time.
Yeah. Okay. So we should get some writing done.
Yes, let's get some writing done.
I have no idea what I'm writing. I got
Aren't you
sidetracked.
continuing your story with your
Barbarian.
traveling knight.
Yeah, well, think I'd write anything so class A as having a knight.
Well, okay, he's a. What would you? How would you describe him then? He's not a. Was he a mercenary?
Uh, no good cutthroat.
No good cutthroat outlaw. He's an outlaw.
Maybe not that. That sounds like work. Being an outlaw.
Um,
Is there law to be out of? Is it that kind of world? I
well,
don't know.
he's kind of lawless, isn't he? He's his own judge and jury. He does whatever he pleases, right?
Yeah.
He owes his life to no one. He pledges his life to no one. So he wouldn't be like a vagabond. Is somebody who's like more like a. I get the impression of it like a beggar or somebody that just doesn't have any uh, coin, any money, and they just kind of look for charity and travel around. Is that pretty accurate? So he wouldn't be a vagabond. He'd be like a adventurer. He could be an adventurer,
Adventurer would be,
a
yeah.
badass adventurer.
It's
He's not afraid to cut your throat if you piss him off, right?
probably cut your throat just,
For
for the hell
entertainment.
of it. Maybe do a little torture first.
Aha.
Let's see how you scream,
You
weirdo.
have a sadistic side, don't you?
Have you ever read anything I've written?
Well, yeah,
I only, I only got two sides. One of them's perverted.
yeah, yeah. But I didn't know if you're not a violent perverted, are you? You don't seem
Well, not at the same time. Sometimes. I have no problem with a little tying up and going for it.
little bondage action.
Here's your ball gag. Have you heard of the sex swing?
I've heard of a Haitian love swing. Is that the same thing?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna do the mutant now.
okay. I just dropped all my papers on the floor here. One. What is that? Maynard's Fuzzy Peach? What's that?
They're soft,
chewies?
soft, chewy, sugar covered.
Oh God, I got some into writing. I left that whole cigarette. I finally got one cigarette rolled, and I let the whole thing burn down the ashtray. Wow. Shit, I didn't smoke any of it, but I got a whole page done. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
I ended up working on another project. Back in December, I was writing a character called Chad Galactic.
Chad Galactic. Okay.
Chad Galactic.
Yeah.
We've given out the name. It's a very alliterative name. Someone's going to steal it on me.
It's a good name.
I want to have this book out by. I want to have something I've written out by February, the end of February.
Okay.
That's
All
my
right. So tell me about Chad.
Chad is a guy. I had AI make me a picture of him because I like that because it gives me visualizations, right? So
Right.
I'm gonna pull this picture up so we can all look at it. He is a guy. That's a very small picture. Yeah,
Okay.
you see, a little less ray gun futurism, but he's out there with his Han Solo cocked hip and his red jacket and his fez. They stole from a guy that beat him up in a bar.
He
did
looks
not
like.
remember.
Can you put the picture back up there again?
Oh yeah, just don't have it up here. Let me try and get it a bit larger. Uh,
Okay. Well, okay. So this is what I gather from this picture. Okay. He's pretty confident. He's really a confident dude.
yeah,
He's got a mischievous streak. He's got some of that like leprechaun type mischievous. Yeah, that smirk.
yeah, and the
Like
chin of chins.
yeah, he would be somebody who would be a get even type person if he's wronged. He would probably go to great lengths to get even with somebody if somebody screwed him over. I, he's got this really ego. Yeah, he thinks he's clever.
Is it
clever, and he might be clever.
ass? Is it in the ass?
You know,
I'm closing this.
huh?
I'm closing this.
Oh, okay. He would be hard on the outside but soft on the inside.
Okay. So I had the idea for the character first before the story, and I've wavered on it being super pulpy or like a hard sci-fi. And back in November, I was going a hard sci-fi thing, and I'm back to the pulp where I originally started. So I'm retooling the script for that, but basically, when I asked ChatGPT to generate me that image,
Yeah.
I told it to give me 40% Han Solo, 40% Stanley Tweedle, and just a dash of Johnny Bravo. Now I don't know if you know all those characters.
Han Solo, I do. I've heard of the third one. But
Johnny Bravo.
I've heard of Johnny Bravo, but I can't think.
Cartoon character. He was like a greaser guy, a big, beefy muscle guy. He had the slick back blonde hair with the greaser hair, and he was always hitting on chicks, and the chicks would beat him up for it. He's like 300 pounds of raw muscle, and then some 90-pound chick would knock him over the head, and he'd be all dazed out. He barely move, but he was a cartoon character. It was just
okay.
The whole thing
Han
was a joke.
Solo, I can see that.
And you see, there's a lot of Han Solo in the artistry of that image, right?
Yeah.
And then Stanley Tweedle was from a Canadian science fiction show called Lex, Lexx. Lex.
Okay.
Yeah, in which they're flying around on a spaceship that is a giant dragonfly
Cool.
that's genetically engineered. Right, it was made, and the eyes of it had these emitters on it that could blow up like fucking planets.
Oh wow.
Now, Stanley, he's in command of the Lex, but not because he earned command of the Lex. He accidentally stole the Lex. While running,
Accidentally stole it.
he accidentally stole the Lex running from the cops because he was late for work. And the punishment for being late for work was that you had to give up an organ. And he was like cool with that. But when he got the random selection wheel for what organ he had to give up, it was his testicles. So he's like, nope, I'm the fuck out of here. and Lex was basically late 90s, early 2000 softcore sci-fi show. Okay,
Mhm.
it was on after 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know about that.
So
Like the kind of thing HBO would have done, but HBO would have given it money. um,
that's a pretty stiff punishment for being late for work. You have to give up an organ.
yeah. Well, he was late 3 times or something. I don't know. It was third strike, you're out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely, we got the titular protagonist, and he's like an absolute slacker.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, like, the rest of the cast, it just gets more fucked up from there. Right? So the female lead love interest, Zev, she was this big, obese chick. Right before the show started. They did not hire a big obese chick to play this chick. Okay, we got like the 90-pound hottie from Germany or whatever. She was captured by the government and put through a machine to make her a sex slave. but because Stanley was running through trying to escape, he hit the machine, so the programming for the mindfuck stuff didn't happen. So she's just like super hot now. And she follows him because whatever, getting out of here. He spends the entire series trying to get some, but she's like, no, you're weird looking and old and ugly and a coward. I'm not having sex with you. and then there's this guy named Kai who's an assassin, but he's also dead. So he's an undead assassin that they keep in a meat locker, and Zev is like wanting to hook up with the dead guy because he's hot and shit. And then there's a robot head that's like accidentally got all the programming for the sex slave stuff. So he's all horny and wanting to get it on, but he's a robot head. And I mean, just the head of a robot.
So he doesn't even have any genitalia to be.
Yeah,
He
but
wants to make you wet.
he's
Okay.
he's always trying to get Zev to like let him sit between her legs.
This is getting more and more degenerate.
And this is just the characters. This isn't even like any of the events going on. And now you know why I'm the kind of person I am. I watched this when I was like 15.
Oh no, you have been duly warped by these cartoons.
This was a live action show.
Even worse. Live action.
I recommend you watch Lex. Lex should be required watching for everyone. If you can find Lex,
But
go
why?
after it.
Why?
Trust me, you will laugh your ass off.
Okay.
There's an entire season where they are being chased by a guy who has a bunch of floating arms following him.
That's strange.
Yeah. And that guy uses those floating arms to destroy an entire universe.
Lovely. What was the name of that cartoon again that you had me watch? Uh, blood. It was all about the blood. Uh,
That was just one episode the other day on Flash Kits. We've watched Flash Kits on this channel before. We watched. Remember that cartoon about the Dutch sailors, and they were looking for the mermaid, and they accidentally killed a seal, and then they told the boy he had to be the mermaid now.
oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was the same people made that. Flash Kits. Yeah, that was they've recently taken to creating their own series instead of just like random weirdo shit.
Hmm.
Which is Space King, Psycho Warriors, and that was like episode 3 or something like that.
It was Space King, right?
Space King,
It was from
Space
okay.
King.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's not like on television or anything. That like Flash Gets is just on YouTube. It's a
Right.
YouTube channel.
That poor kid. And then here he's giving back to his father, and his neck's all messed up. His eyes are all black, and he's in a wheelchair, and he's all messed up. And I'm like,
And then did you catch the last bit where they just like fuck it and blew up the ship? It's like, yeah, here's your son back. Also, here's a missile.
yeah. Well, that was probably just the best thing for the kid, you know.
No, it was the best thing for them. If they didn't send a missile, he would have fucking killed them. Named them heretics to Space King and had them hunted down.
Oh God. Yeah, I felt so sorry for that kid. After all
Oh,
he had been through, and there he is. He's just all messed up. He's finally getting to go back. At that point, it would be like, just kill me, just kill me.
so you don't get it, right? Like, um, the way the way that works because they're making fun of something from Warhammer 40,000, right? Um, so in Warhammer they have this thing called the gene seed, right? It's supposed to be the they regrow you if you die as a space marine, but they never really explain it in Warhammer. So what they're making fun of in Space King, because the whole thing is a parody of Warhammer, um, is that the medical officer goes in and pulls their testicles off and puts it in that little tube, and then they kidnap the kid and they put the testicles in the kid and it makes them into the person that died on the battlefield.
Who writes this stuff? Do they just sit around and get as just stoned as out of their minds and then write these scripts?
You don't need drugs when you are a free man of the land.
Oh God, that's really scary. They're writing the stuff without being messed up.
You just need to take people's other ideas and lean into the onset implication and then make it stupider.
Okay, I will bear that in mind. I have an open mind.
You ever read Dune?
No,
No. Okay, so
I never even. I saw the sandworms on the cover, that sandworm thing, and I
you
saw
should read Dune.
news of it, and I knew I would have nightmares forever, and I just said no.
No, you should read Dune. Um, the sandworms aren't like giant spiders from 50s movies. they're okay. But the point is the implication, right? The implication. On the planet Arrakis, which is Dune, there are these giant worms, right? They move around through the sand, and they have a byproduct that is related to their fertility system that dries out in the sun and becomes a spice that they gather, that is a drug that expands the mind, that allows people that have taken enough to fold space to move ships around. Okay? This is the whole, if you want space travel without accidentally running into asteroids, you got to have the space spice from the desert planet with the giant worms,
Okay.
which is made from an expenditure of fertility fluid.
Okay. So you have to have people go down to the planet and risk their lives to obtain this.
Gather the spice, right? That's the whole principle.
Like how they call it a spice.
Yeah, it's called the spice. But when you lean into the implications and you make it dumber, everything is running on worm jizz. Because you lean into the implications and you make it dumber.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
And that's the best way to run satire. Is find something that's stated that is kind of weird, lean into the implication of it, and explain it in the stupidest way possible.
Okay. All right.
And then add some violence and gore and shit.
I have a video for you.
Yeah.
I'll post about Bigfoot. So this guy.
If it involves Bigfoot's jizz, I want nothing to do with it.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with Bigfoot's jizz. But
There's a callback to the segment we just had.
no, it's an interview with this guy. I've never heard of this guy before. I can't remember his last name. His name's Todd. Anyway, he was being interviewed by George Norrie of Coast to Coast, but it's
a lot funnier if his last name's Howard.
It's on Gaia TV.
Video game.
So it's a video. So this guy has video evidence. I want you to see this and tell me what you think of it, because he has spent, the better part of his life
sitting in the woods trying to ignore his wife. Honey, I'm looking for Bigfoot. Leave me alone.
I got hiccups now. Damn it.
You know it's a lot funnier if all those guys, that's the actual story. Here's a high literary book you could write when you're done your urban fantasy, which I want you to write, because what little ideas you've talked about sound like they'd be fun. But it's literally just like an interpersonal relationship about some guy who's looking for Bigfoot. And he's always telling his wife, just like I just said, the joke that made you have the hiccups. There's a whole fucking novel about that. And at the end, his wife has just died. He's mourning her death, and his son's there. And it's like, you gotta go look for Bigfoot now, Dad? It's like, no, I just told that to your mom so I didn't have to talk to her. And it's not like a little thing. Like, he made an entire career over being a Bigfoot person.
Yeah, well, he's supposed to be out in the woods. He's actually at the bar drinking with his buddies.
No, he's actually out in the woods sitting there, but it's for the peace and quiet, right? But like, he's written several books about Bigfoot. He's been on the conference. There's an entire conference named after him, and all of it was like, I don't believe.
All of it was just a ruse system. He didn't have to deal with his wife. Oh my god, that's funny. That's funny.
Premise blown, but
Yeah.
I think you can get on the New York top the bestsellers for that with that concept.
That's funny. That's funny. That would be funny. The whole thing would just be. Anyway, he's got incredible, not just one pictures. He's got of stuff, and he has spent all his time out. Several of them that are know him and are close to him, and let him get close to them. Now, invested all this time, and yeah, he's got evidence. So you got to see this. Sasquatch is real, and he also was talking about how telepathic they are.
Of course, everything is going to
And
be. Ah,
and they're actually they're gentle giants. He says, this one is over 9 feet tall and probably about 900 pounds. And he said, he could crush my head with one hand like a beer can. Just, he actually got picked up by one of them around the waist and carried a ways. And he was out in the wilderness and was running from a bear one time. He fell and tripped over a log, and this log had a little branch that had been broken off and was sharp, and it penetrated somewhere around his knee. And he was bleeding profusely. The Sasquatch, as he laid there and passed out from blood loss, when he came to, he was with them, and they had sealed his wound. They had treated him for this. So then, when he got back to civilization, he goes to the doctor, and the doctor was like, "Who treated your wound? I've never seen anything like this before." And he's like, he just said it was one of the native shamans that did it. So he's assuming it was one of the Native Americans, because he wasn't going to tell him that it was a Sasquatch, because then they'd think he was crazy. And the doctor said, "Well, there's really nothing that I need to do here, unless you have complications later, because I've never seen this before, but this wound is clean, and there's nothing more I could add to this." In about 10 days, the scab fell off and everything was healed. And the doctor was just dumbfounded by how it was,
okay.
how the wound was cleaned and dressed.
Don't put this story into the book about the guy who was just trying to get away from his wife. It won't fit. You could have him make this story up.
This really happened to this guy.
He claims.
Yeah.
I want you to question
He's got some evidence, so I'll put it for you.
I don't care, even.
Yeah. Well, I want you to see this, though.
I
This
do
is
not
pretty
care
cool.
one bit. But you're once again assuming I give a shit.
But you don't think it's real, though. And
No. I know
want to
it's not
show
real.
you that it is real.
Yeah, Israel. You got something about Israel? I'll look into it.
No, I don't. No, I don't want to go there.
Yeah. Well, we've got like 3 minutes. You didn't do your shows over this last week because you were having the Norwalk virus or whatever. I have no idea, but
I was sick, and all I did was sleep.
Yeah.
And my house shows it. Oh my God, it's a disaster.
I had Norwalk.
You did?
That
I've
was.
never heard of it before.
I had it in 2007.
Sounds terrible. It sounds absolutely dreadful.
Yeah, you poop and puke at the same time.
Oh God.
Usually at the same time. So you need to have the bucket while you're
You
on.
need to have a bucket next to your toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That must.
And you think the frequency of me pooping now 3 times a day maybe is high?
Okay, so yes, for people like you that they sell
Add a 0 and divide in half.
48 rolls of toilet paper in a one container thing, right?
Yeah, well, that's a family size. This is for people who don't live alone. It's usually like a month's supply of toilet paper. Um, but trust me, it's better to have the pack of toilet paper with a lot of toilet paper in it than to be on the toilet paper roll being empty while you're taking a poop and realizing there's no other toilet paper in the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
When
Because when you live alone, you don't have anyone to bring you a roll from the other bathroom or whatever. So,
But
that's
if
why I
there's
always
none
keep
in
the
the
box of
house-
Kleenexes on the back of the toilet. There, that's for emergency.
Well, that's why you get the big fucking thing. When it's on sale, you get 3 of them. You shove them in the closet.
Yesterday, the kitten got up there. All kittens do this at one point or another. They get on there and they unravel all the toilet paper, and then they start running off with the end of it. You get toilet paper all through the house. Did that.
It's why you got to get them all the taser chips.
That'd be
Put
fun.
the electric fence by the bathroom door so when they go in there, they know they're get the fuck out of here. It's gonna keep hurting. Yeah, you could put all the photos and stuff you got about Bigfoot on your show on Wednesday.
I already got a topic done and ready.
The one from last week that you missed,
Yeah,
or on Friday.
the weird thing. Yeah.
Yeah. You could just have like a little 20-minute segment. Like if it's on YouTube, you're not stuck to a time frame. Like we're started
yeah,
a half hour late and we're
that's
a
true.
minute or two over.
I'm gonna try to do both.
Yeah.
Radio and definitely YouTube. Definitely YouTube.
Yeah.
Um,
You gotta get some of those archive recording
do.
stuff.
I know.
Maybe we could put one up right after the show. Like when we get off of here, we can go over to your channel and put one up right tonight.
Let
That
me
one
get
you
it
have
ready.
with the one you have with Nathan there that you said you wanted to test from that from
That would be a
2
good
years
one.
ago?
And I found another one that's about Bigfoot, a Bigfoot panel that we did. It was my biggest, probably my most listened to show actually.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I know once you get doing it, you're familiar with the routine. That it's just like, okay, I take this 10, 15 minutes to upload a show, and while it's doing its wheel thing, I can go get dinner or whatever.
yeah, I need to eat. Yeah, I need to do that. But
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
when it becomes as routine as doing your brushing your teeth or whatever.
right. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, I still haven't got the thing worked out yet with Dropbox. All my those.
Yeah, but you got other recordings and
Yeah, I got a year's worth at least.
Yeah, that you can just
that are available. Yeah.
And the sooner they're up there, the sooner people can be watching them and getting watch hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. We can tell you we'll be back on Friday unless Raven's got the shit again.
No, we'll be back on Friday. Yeah.
I don't know. I was worried we weren't going to do a show today because I couldn't get in touch with you.
Oh, time got away from me, and then I was rushing just to get ready, and I was I forgot I haven't checked in with. I thought I had checked in with you, and I didn't. And then I was like, oh shit, it's like 10 till. I better let him know I'm alive. So I'm sorry about that. I will not do that again.
I don't. You will. Do not lie to me, Raven.
Well, I don't. I don't. It's not intentional. I gotta make this page 3 here.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the end now, and I don't care if it's intentional. You still will do it. I'll do it to you too. So
Okay, one way or another.
we're
It's all
gonna
good.
say party on now.
Yeah. Have a good evening, folks. Good night.
Yeah. Okay.